Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a massive shift in how software gets made, vibe coding. I know, the name sounds kind of mystical, maybe even a little casual, but honestly, it's an incredibly powerful framework for building apps. We're going to break down what vibe coding actually is, the strict methodology you absolutely need to make it work, and the exact tools you can fire up today no matter what your skill level is.
So let's start with where this whole thing really blew up. OpenAI's co-founder, Andrej Karpathy, put out this viral tweet back in February 2025, and it literally sparked a revolution in how we approach app building. He made this huge claim that we're entering an era where you can just give in to the vibes, embrace the exponentials, and forget the code even exists. It's a pretty provocative idea, right? But it perfectly captures this insane drop in the barrier to entry we're seeing in software development right now.
Okay, so what does that actually mean in practice? Essentially, vibe coding is when you tell a large language model exactly what you want to build, and the AI handles the actual nitty-gritty implementation. These models have gotten so ridiculously good that they basically act as your personal, highly capable engineering team. But, and this is a massive but, you still need a highly structured way to guide them. You're no longer the junior dev typing out syntax. You've essentially been promoted to product manager and lead architect. Your job now is the vision, the logic, and the overall direction.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at, number 1, what vibe coding is. 2, a 5-step framework to guide you. 3, the 2 modes of execution. 4, the spectrum of tools available. And 5, the future of AI workflows.
Let's jump right into section 1, what is vibe coding? From simple text to functional apps. Let's move past the theory for a second. If we want to take simple text and turn it into a real functional app, the magic is entirely in the prompt. Just look at this example. Create a simple React web app called Daily Vibes. Users select a mood emoji, write a short note, and submit. Show a list of past entries with dates. That's it. Just a few clear descriptive sentences like that are enough. You hit enter, and the LLM writes all the underlying code to generate the app. But if you want something usable and scalable, well, it doesn't just end there.
Which brings us to section 2, the 5-step framework. Tiny ferrets carry dangerous code.
Look, relying purely on vibes without any structure is a fast track to disaster. You can't just throw vague, half-baked ideas at an AI and expect a perfect piece of software. To avoid a complete mess, you need a rigorous process. So remember that weird mnemonic we just saw? Tiny ferrets carry dangerous code? That stands for thinking, frameworks, checkpoints, debugging, and context. Master these 5 pillars, and you can guide an AI to build pretty much anything. Let's actually break these down. The real key in these first 2 steps is deep thinking about your core features. For thinking, you need to know exactly what you're building. The absolute best practice here is to write a product requirements document, a PRD, defining your audience and features. Then, for frameworks, don't let the AI just guess and reinvent the wheel. Explicitly point it toward the right tools, like React or Tailwind. And hey, if you're sitting there thinking, I have no idea which framework to use, that's the beauty of it. Just feed your PRD into the AI and ask it to recommend the best one for the job. Okay, step 3 is checkpoints. And guys, please take this seriously. You must always use version control like Git or GitHub. There's this terrifying cautionary tale from the source material about a developer who vibe coded this incredibly complex app and then lost literally all of his progress. Everything, just gone, because something broke and he didn't use version control to save his work. When you're moving this fast with AI, things are absolutely going to break. You need save points to revert back to. Do not skip this step. For the final 2 steps, debugging and context, you just have to accept that you're probably going to spend way more time fixing code than building new features. That's just software development. Be methodical. When you hit an error, copy and paste that exact error message right into the AI. And for context, make this your golden rule. When in doubt, over-communicate. Point the AI to specific files in your codebase, feed it visual mockups, drop in screenshots of the bugs you're seeing. The more context the AI has, the faster it fixes the problem.
Moving right along to section 3, 2 modes of execution, simplifying your mental model.
To keep yourself from getting totally overwhelmed, you should really only operate in one of 2 modes at any given time. You're either in implementing mode or debugging mode. When you're implementing, take it one step at a time. Make incremental changes, mention your frameworks, and provide context for just one single new feature. Seriously, don't ask for 10 things at once. On the flip side, when you switch to debugging mode, your whole mindset needs to shift. Now you're deeply investigating structures, pointing the AI to specific parts of the codebase, and supplying those error messages. Recognizing which mode you're currently in keeps the whole process incredibly smooth and focused.
Section 4. The spectrum of tools. Matching the interface to your skill level.
The really beautiful thing about vibe coding right now is that there is absolutely a tool out there for everyone. This matrix is basically your roadmap. Beginners can start entirely on the web, zero setup required, using no-code interfaces. Intermediate users can jump into hybrid models that start exposing the actual code. And advanced developers, you can migrate right over to powerful local command line tools. Let's look at exactly where you should start based on your personal comfort level.
If you have literally zero engineering background, start with web-based platforms like Lovable, V0, or Bolt. These are fully isolated environments that handle all the complex setup for you automatically. Now, if you want to start peeking under the hood a bit, Replit is super beginner-friendly but actually exposes the code-based structure. Another awesome option is Firebase Studio. It's a free tool built on VS Code, and it has this fantastic dual view. You get a really friendly no-code prompt mode, but you can also toggle directly into a full coding mode to slowly learn how the project structure actually works.
But for those of you looking to build complex, production-ready, scalable code bases, you're eventually going to want to migrate to advanced tools. This means local AI code editors like Cursor and Windsurf, which give you a massive suite of dev features right in your machine. And on the absolute furthest end of the spectrum, you've got command line tools like Claude Code that live directly in your terminal. Just a heads up though, to use these advanced tools effectively, you really do need a solid understanding of software, file systems, and how to navigate a computer's terminal.
Finally, Section 5. Future of AI workflows. The massive productivity boost.
You know, the AI landscape is moving so incredibly fast right now. We're literally measuring progress in weeks, not years. And vibe coding is fundamentally changing things in two huge ways. First off, there's a drastic reduction in the barrier to entry. Non-technical people are now becoming actual software builders. But at the exact same time, it's delivering these massive productivity boosts for veteran engineers who are using command line tools to work faster than they ever have before. We're stepping into an era where AI isn't just a fun novelty anymore, it's deeply, seamlessly integrated into our daily workflows and products.
The tools are here, the frameworks are locked in, and the barrier to entry has officially flatlined. Whether you're spinning up a quick web app or diving deep into a local terminal, you basically have the power of a full engineering team right at your fingertips. If anyone can build software simply by thinking and guiding an AI, well, the currency of the future isn't code anymore, it's creativity. So the only question left is, when the code writes itself, what will your imagination build? Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and happy building.